Functionalism, conflict, and interactionism are the primary sociological perspectives, but there are others. One that has gained prominence in recent years is the feminist perspective, in which the central question is, how does gender shape people's social experience?
Sociologists who call themselves feminist sociologists typically argue that the sociological study of society has historically been the sociological study of men in society. And so what feminist sociologists try to do is identify gender as a central organizing principle of social life.
The feminist perspective would put women's concerns at the center and show how they have been ignored and neglected. Marx, for example, who focused on the kinds of work that go on in the formal labor force, in factories and mills and such, but he really ignored the kind of work that goes on after hours at home. He ignored the fact that the workers return home in the evening and have their clothing washed, have their meals cooked for them, their children are looked after. And that's the kind of thing that the feminist perspective brings to light.
The feminist perspective focuses on gender differences and argues that inequality continues today and colors the way we approach many sociological situations.
It's asking the question, well, why should men make more money than women, on the one hand? Why should men have more access to the resources that society has to offer?
If we look historically for the fact that for many jobs, if they were male-dominated, offered health benefits, but for jobs that were certainly, as we call, pink-collar jobs, they may not have offered health benefits. So women who perhaps were single or divorced didn't have the option of having health benefits.
There is a limited amount of power and money and status in today's society. And so men and women of different class groups compete for different amounts of power and status.
You have certain benchmarks that the feminist analysis depends on in order to judge equitable distribution of resources, such as salaries, where you consistently see that women lag behind. Doing for equal work for equal pay is just a goal to achieve. That is, women lag behind in salaries of equal occupations.
All right, I'll get that on out for you.
Often, the feminist perspective includes other important factors, such as race, class, and ethnicity, and sheds light on how these factors are interrelated.
One of the main issues would certainly be looking at black women in particularly, because we're not only looking at them from the feminist perspective, but we're also looking at race and class, as well as oppression and inequality throughout their lives, whether we look at black women as they interplay with different social structures, family, religion, politics, all of that. So it makes for a very complete package.
The feminist perspective gives the sociologist yet another tool for exploring society.